Okay, so one of the more important and interesting features in GCP is error reporting. So let's see how we can use error reporting. So for this, what I will do is I will create a node application. I'll introduce some errors into that particular piece of code, and it should be reported within this particular error reporting tool. So let's see how we can do that. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll create an instance. So let's go to a VM instance. And you can see that I've already created an instance. So the important thing for you to remember here is when you're creating your instance, make sure that you give appropriate permissions and scope for your particular instance. So what I have done to make things simpler for me is I've just given all full access to all the cloud APIs. So once again, if I want to create a new instance, so let me show you how you need to create a new instance. Let's click on create instance. And here, when you create a new instance, make sure that you give the access role as set default to each API. And here, make sure that you give the appropriate role. Now, what I have done is I've just given all full access so that I don't have to bother about setting the appropriate access. But if you're running it in production, make sure that you set the appropriate access role for your particular instance. Now the default here is all default access. Now this will not work. So make sure that you either allow full access or set the appropriate access for that particular API. So that is one thing you need to remember. So that's a very important thing for you to remember as well. So let's click on SSH. So here I have created two applications. One is an Express application and the other one is a very basic Node application. So let me open the basic Node application first. So here the important thing to remember is that you have to export this particular library. Now this particular library and this particular piece of code, the GitHub to which I will give in the description below. So you can just check that out. So here the important thing is that you have to again import this particular library and you have to create an instance of that particular library. And then the important thing here is that this particular piece of code, the variable z is missing. So what should happen is that it should go to the catch part. And here within this catch part, what I have done is I've given an errors.report. And this particular piece of code will send my particular error to the error reporting tool. So this is the important code that you need to make sure that you run. That is the errors.report tool. So let's run this particular piece of code. So what I'll do is I'll just run a node index.js. Okay, so it gives this particular error. So what I need to do is I need to set this environmental variable to production for my reporting tool to work. So let's do that. So I'll do an export. Now, if you want to make sure that it runs in all the environment, you can also set it to always, but let's set it to production for this particular example. And now let's run our application again. And it gives a message saying that done reporting this error object. So let's go back to our console and let's see whether this particular error has been reported. So let's do an auto reload here. Okay, so you can see this particular error has been reported. So let's open this error. So once you open this, you'll see that you'll get this reference error that is not defined. So this is basically the same value that is passed in this particular error object. So that is just being displayed over here. So let's also look at the other application. So let's go back to our console and let's exit out of this. So this is a very simple Express application. So all that happens in this Express application is that again, I'm going to use the error reporting library. And this time, since it's an Express application, I'll be using it as a middleware. Now, what I'm doing here is that whenever I log into my main page, I expect a query parameter called name. And if it's there, then I just send a response back to the user. Else, if it's not there, I'll create a new error object. And this error object will be reported in my error reporting tool in my GCP account. So let's see how we can use this. Let's run this. Now again, this particular piece of code I will send in the description below, so you can just check that out. So let's run our application. So again, it's going to be a node index.js. And let's try to access this. So let me go back to my browser. Let me get the IP address of my machine. So this is the IP address and it's running on port 3000. So let's do a port 3000 and let's put the query parameter as well. So let's just give a name called Sam. And you see that I get a response saying that, hello, Sam. Now let's remove this and let's see what happens. You get a message saying that the query parameter is not set. And this also creates a new error object in our reporting tool. So let's go back to our reporting tool. And here I get this particular message saying that the query parameter is not set. So that's basically the same error that you see over here as well. So this is basically again transferred to my error reporting tool. Now, of course, the things that you can do with this is you can actually acknowledge it, you can resolve it. So that's based on how you as a administrator want to handle this. You can also send notification to different stakeholders. So you can go back to your main page and here you can click on your configuration. So let's click on this and here you can choose a notification. So I already have a notification set up. So let's open this particular notification channel. So if I open this, you can see that my notification is set to an email ID. So whenever a error is reported, it will be sent to this particular email ID. So I've already done this. So I will receive a mail that looks something like this. So if I go to my email ID, you'll get a mail that looks something like this. So it'll show me all the error and all the error parameters, etc. So that's it for this lecture. If you have any issues with this, please get in touch with me. I'll see you in the next.